Off you go.
As I rode out on a bright summer's day to view the fields and the meadows gay, when who should I meet but a pretty fair maid, as she was a raking her master's hay. I said, pretty maid, what brings you here, a-raking of the hay so clear? Put down your rake and put on your coat, and you'll go with a sailor to yonder oak. Oh no, kind sir, that I cannot do, for my master he's watching you. He'll stop my wage, give me no pay, if I leave off raking my master's hay. But with kisses sweet and words so kind, that pretty young girl, she changed her mind. Put down her rake and put on her coat, and she went with a sailor to yonder oak. And when 9 long months were gone and past, that pretty young girl grew sick at last, and she cursed the hour, and she cursed the day that she gave up raking her master's hay. But when 12 long months were gone and past, that sailor he came home at last, and he married her the very next day, and she blessed the hour she left her master's hay.
I suppose I have to follow that.
Did you get that from Phoebe Smith?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
Yes,
so, yeah.
yes. That Nick, that was the first unaccompanied song I ever learned.
Oh, well, you went to a good source, didn't you?
Yes, and it sort of, I knew I wanted to try this thing unaccompanied, and then it sort of inspired me to learn it.
We've got a little request. Tim and Leslie, do you happen to have a tune to hand to play in a minute? And can you make it slightly longer than you might otherwise so that I can get some people lined up?
Okay.
Yes, we can.
Excellent. As I walked down by the Royal Albion, dark was the morning and cold was the day. When who should I meet there but one of my shipmates, wrapped up in a blanket as cold as the clay. He called for a candle to light him to bed, likewise a blanket to wrap round his head. His poor head was aching, his sad heart was breaking, for he was a young sailor cut down in his prime. So beat the drum slowly and play the pipe lowly. Play the dead march as you carry him along. Take him to the graveyard, fire 3 volleys over him, for he was a young sailor cut down in his prime. His poor old mother, his good old father, each used to tell him about his sad life. Along with those flash girls, his money he'd squander. Along with those flash girls, he took his delight. At the corner of the street, there's 2 girls standing. Each to the other does whisper and say, there goes the young sailor whose money we've squandered. There goes the young sailor cut down in his prime. So beat the drum slowly and play the pipe lowly. Play the dead march as you carry him along. Take him to the graveyard, fire 3 volleys over him, for he was a young sailor cut down in his prime. On the top of his tombstone, these words they are written. Come all you young fellas, take a warning by me, and never go a-courting the girls of the city. For the girls of the city have been the ruin of me. So beat the drum slowly and play the pipe lowly. Play the dead march as you carry him along. Take him to the graveyard, fire 3 volleys over him, for he was a young sailor cut down in his prime.
Nice one. Proud of you.
Thank you.